Welcome to the SMB Community Podcast with hosts Amy Babinchek, James Kernan, and Carl Polachek. Produced by Kernan Consulting and for the international MSP community. We are dedicated to making every IT professional a successful IT professional. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the SMB Community Podcast. This is James Kernan with Kernan Consulting, and I am here with industry veteran and superstar guru, Amy Babinchek. Hey, Amy, how you doing?
Pretty good, James. Pretty good.
All right. So, hey, let me dive into this. This is a great question. And, we talk about the economy a lot. But the question that came in is, do you think the U.S. economy will adversely affect my business next year? And so we've chatted about that. I'm pretty sure I know how you feel about that, Amy, but how would you answer that question? Will the U.S. economy adversely affect my business next year?
I am always optimistic. So my answer is almost always no, it's not going to. The national economy just really isn't a factor. I wouldn't rely on that as an indicator of how well your business is going to do next year. More important factors are how well you're marketing your business and how well your clients perceive the value of what they're buying from you. If you focus on those things, then the state of the national economy won't matter.
You nailed it. You took the words right out of my mouth. It's, it will adversely affect your business if you let it, and none of us should be sitting back waiting for business to come to us. You always need to be marketing your business. I've said marketing is the oxygen for your business. You need to be doing it constantly, every day, and asking for referrals, running your campaigns, getting out there hustling. The cool thing is your competitors, one of the first things to go when money gets tight for people is marketing and advertising. It's one of the first line items that get pulled out of the budget. It gets redlined out. So let your competitors stop marketing their business and you amp it up.
Have you seen that meme that goes around it's a picture of Tabasco hot sauce?
What does it say?
It's founded, so it's got the founded date and it's during the Civil War. So they're like, it's the picture of the bottle and it's like somebody said in the middle of the Civil War, what this country needs is hot sauce. and it's a huge successful company. So like if you can start a huge successful company in the middle of a civil war, this is how little the national economy matters to your ability to do well in business.
Yep, bingo. That's couldn't agree with you more. And so when I saw that question come in, I did a little research, and it was saying, the GDP growth for the United States is projected to finish up around 2.3, 2.4 for this year, which is okay. And then it's saying, but it will slow down to about 1.5 in 2024. And then they're predicting in 2025, 1.7. So basically, it looks like it's just going to be pretty flat nationally. But anyway, there's the world economy, the national economy, and then your local economy. And like Amy said, your local economy is your customers and your vendors, and it's up to you, how you play in that economy. So
right. I think what might be happening is, we did have that period of high inflation that made people very nervous and make some different kinds of decisions and things. And we had some high fuel costs. All that stuff is in control now. And the economy right now is just super boring. And that's not a bad thing, right? Like nothing dramatic is happening. We're just sort of at a moment of stasis, and that's a good thing. I mean, that's the goal of all economic policy, is to reach the point where we are today and just sort of hover there, which isn't possible in a in a capitalist society, but that's why it's boring right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Boring is
Boring
good
is,
in this case.
yeah,
Yeah.
boring is good. And I think as smaller entities, smaller businesses, most MSPs, around 5, 10 employees, uh, it's a lot easier as a small MSP to navigate through things like that and make change and grow as opposed to these bigger companies. And there was another news article we were just chatting about big tech layoffs. More and more were just announced last week. It looked like Google, Amazon, and Snap were some of the latest companies to announce, layoffs. And then you said you ran into something earlier this morning as well.
Yeah, the big the big tech companies are laying off people, not in the dramatic numbers that they did a few years ago, but in smaller numbers today. And but the thing is, those are not adding to the unemployment numbers,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you look at the national unemployment, it's super low. So
Mm-hmm.
these people are getting jobs elsewhere. It's just some shuffling that's going on,
Yeah.
really. That just means that businesses are looking to become more efficient.
All right. All right. So enough of the glow glum talk about what we're reading in the newspapers and hearing from the media. Let's talk about some fun stuff because 'tis the season, right? Let's talk
It,
about cool tech gifts.
my
So,
go-to for cool tech gifts is always Anker, Anker. They just make the neatest thing. So I just updated my iPhone. I'm an iPhone person, and I just updated to the new one, the 15. So they're having amazing offers for it. I got two new iPhone 15s and two new iWatch 9s, and it was like $233 out of pocket. So I was
wow.
able to. They took the old ones as trade in. They really wanted you to have the new ones, so it was super cool. And then I went to Anker and said, okay, what's new for charging these things? Because of course Apple has to change the way they charge stuff every time,
Mhm.
and it's now USB-C only. And so I got this cool cube. It's a It's in the shape of a cube, and the top pops open and your phone magnets to it and charges. And then there's a little drawer in the side that pops out, and my phone magnets, my watch magnets to that and charges. And there's even a little place, if you have the buds, there's a place to pop those in and charge those in there through their case, which is cool. So
Hmm.
you got this little this and it's just this little tiny cube with all these points of where stuff magnets to it and charges wirelessly. It's pretty sweet.
Well, there's all sorts of cool tech ideas that I would have when all the Black Friday specials come out. You hear about really cheap flat panel TVs and earbuds and
Mhm.
different recording gadgets. The two that kind of stuck out for me. One was I saw some really unique charging stations. So in the world of everything that we have is portable and needs to be recharged, there were
Yep.
some cool charging stations. Wired.com had some cool ones listed up there, and they're all over the map from $16 to $100+ but there was one that was kind of a circular one that the very top you would lay down anything, for instant charging,
Hmm.
and then it has all sorts of ports all around it that I thought that was cool. And then there's another device. Have you heard of the Lumen?
Yeah. Yep. I have.
Yeah, so I think it's been out for a little bit, but it's kind of new to me. But I ended up picking up one for a family member for Christmas. But it looks like a little harmonica, and you blow in it, and it will tell you. It goes through an app, and it basically will tell you from a nutritional standpoint if your body's in ketosis or if you're burning more protein or you're burning more carbs. And a lot of people, there's all sorts of health and fitness apps, and many of you are trying to eat better, as we get older, or whatever age you're at. You're just trying to be healthier in general. And the key thing is more and more people are eating higher protein and less carbs. And it's always nice to know where you're at. And then it gives you recommendations of what you should be eating. So I thought that was really cool. Do you have one?
I don't have one, no, and yeah, I'm not a keto person anyway, but I don't crave protein. I don't know what it is. My body just isn't doesn't go down that path. I thought that is pretty cool. There's a lot of little gadgets out there that are pretty nifty. You're definitely seeing changes in the health industry. I think that's would be a pretty exciting field to be in right now.
Yeah. There's an app that I use called MyFitnessPal, and it's a calorie
I
app
have
that
used that one. Yeah.
tells you, kind of keeps track of things like a little journal. That's a super cool app. And then I really love that Lumen. That was interesting. I can't wait to.
Hey, you might appreciate this. So a few years ago, I got frozen shoulder on one of my shoulders. Probably too many years of sitting at the desk typing on the keyboard. All kind of like
Yeah,
bunched up. How you do? And
yeah.
my shoulder froze up, and it was painful. Oh,
Hmm.
if you've ever had frozen shoulder, but you can't lift it above a certain, you get stabbing pains and all this. And so I went to the doctor, and they give you physical therapy, and wasn't working. All of a sudden, it started to work, and it just sort of stepped down. And they were like, "Okay, well, we should probably do surgery." And I'm like, "Yeah." Like they're like, "Well, if you don't, it's going to take a year to get better." I'm like,
Hmm.
"That's okay. As long as I know it's going to get better, I'm good with not having surgery. I just have to keep up with the physical therapy on my own." And what I stumbled on, this is the part you're going to like. I stumbled on weightlifting and
Oh,
found out that it not only cured my shoulder, but also that I really enjoyed it. I had never picked up a weight in my life, and I just found I really enjoyed it. And I found an app called FitBod that
okay.
is it helps you with weightlifting, and also with weights, but also with body weight. And you can tell it what you've got in your gym. So if you're doing this at a gym, you've probably got access to lots of stuff. If you're doing it at home, you can say, "Oh, here's my home gym, and I'm at home today," and it will customize your workout based on what you've got.
Nice.
And
I love that.
yeah,
I
it's
love that.
super nice, and it pops up and reminds you to, hey, get ready for your workout, and it schedules for you what exactly you should be doing today, and it's a great
Yeah.
app.
Yeah, I love involving technology into fitness now. That we could have a whole program on fitness programs.
Mhm.
I'm old school. I played college football and lifted, traditional weights all through my whole sports career, right?
Mhm.
And it, I still think like that. Go in and lift the heavier weights. And as you get older, you don't want to do that. You want to lift lighter weights for more reps. But nutrition is so important, kind of coming into that. So, but I love how that there's so many new apps that kind of are training you. I'd love to check out that app. I've got a home gym as well that has more, dumbbells, kettlebells, and just benches for you to do more of like bands, that
Mhm.
type of thing, and
Yep.
not the traditional, heavyweight stuff. So I'd love to get some help on making some new that.
My I saw you glancing off to the side. My gym is also off to my side,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I don't, there are no heavy weights here. There are small weights between 3 and 12 pounds, and there's a Peloton bike, and I have a inversion and a ball and a Buso balance thingy and some
Yeah.
stretching bands of different weights in that, and they're all it's all good stuff.
I think we have the exact same gym setup. I've got an incline bench that goes into a flat bench just for dumbbells, a whole set of dumbbells. I've got an inversion table and a Peloton bike all sitting right there, and a giant the exercise balls as well for stretching.
Who would
So
ever think that Amy and James have
the
similar
same
home
gym.
gyms? Would never. Nope, nobody would guess that.
Yeah. We'll have to post some pictures up on the SMB Community Podcast website. Awesome. Well, that is about it for today. We're going to run out of time. So hey, we'd love to hear from you. So if you've got questions, comments on anything that we've talked about, or something that you want to learn more about, please submit those questions to smbcommunitypodcast.com, or you can reach out to me anytime, James at kernanconsulting.com. We'd love to hear from you and help you out. So until next time, Amy and I are going to tune out. We will catch up with you soon. Adios, everybody.